YouTubers, welcome to another episode of All Things Triumph Tiger 1200 Explorer. Now today, it's not such a great day for the Triumph because it had a breakdown. Oh no! So what now? Well, do you just phone the shop and ask them to come and collect your bike? Yeah, if you've got plenty of money, that's great. But if you don't have so much money, then it's worth trying to repair it yourself. So what now? So the story was the bike wouldn't start up on last week Friday afternoon, and it just turned over and over and over. The battery had enough power to turn the engine over at a good rate, but it just wouldn't fire. So there's really only three things that an engine needs to run properly, or three main lines of fault diagnosis, if you like. The first one is sparks. Is it getting a nice strong spark going through the spark plug? The second is fuel or air and fuel. Is the engine receiving a supply of fuel and air mixed together properly through the fuel injectors in this case? And thirdly is compression. If there's not enough compression in the cylinders, then it's not going to run. So I highly doubt the compression one because the bike has been running fine. It has had a few hiccups, a few misfires when it's been cold for the last few weeks. So I knew something was up. But on Friday afternoon it just failed completely. Whatever the problem was, it just became much worse. Which is good, because intermittent faults are horrible things to try and trace. So if the fault is a proper fault, then you're probably going to find it more easily. So if there's no sparks getting through to the spark plugs and obviously into the cylinders, then it could definitely produce the symptoms I saw on Friday. So what are we looking at here? Well, the simplest solution is spark plugs, but it has three of them and it's really unlikely all three have failed. So I doubt that. One faulty plug might have accounted for an occasional misfire, but for the bike not to start at all, I don't think so. Coils or pulse generator. Pulse generator provides the power to the coils. My understanding, the coil packs actually slide over the spark plugs. So again, a misfire could be caused by a faulty coil, but for the bike not to start at all means that three coils have failed. I don't think so. Ignition switches, well, the bike did have, it did switch on and it turned the engine over, so it's could be the engine cutout switch there. It's not likely to be the ignition switch, that's a possibility though. Yeah, so the engine cutout switch is a possibility. That might have cut off the fuel supply perhaps, or the sparks. So, and then the worst case scenario, engine ECU, we don't want that to be the fault. It is possible, but it's probably unlikely. Let's hope not, because those things are probably $1,500, I'd be guessing. Yeah. Fuel air, well, could be the fuel pump. If that, I did hear it singing away in the background on Friday, so it's probably not that, but it might be. It might not be providing any fuel. It might just be going zzz in the background. So that'll be easy to check. Fuel relay or fuses. I've checked the fuses. That's the most logical place to check, but I haven't actually checked the relay yet, and I think there is a fuel pump relay. So it is possible that's gone. That would be one of the best case scenarios. I'm hoping for that. Yeah. Injectors. Again, all three of them would have to be blocked. It's possible, but it's unlikely. But we could certainly take them out and have them checked by a shop. Fuel lines, they're pretty big fuel lines, it's unlikely they'll get blocked, but they could be pinched, so we'll check on that for sure. Compression, I'm not even going to bother with that unless I really can't find any faults with sparks and fuel air. I mean, you can do put a compression tester into cylinders 1, 2, 3 and 5 the engine over and get a figure. So that's the last resort. I really doubt that. But I think that, you know, we have, when things break down, you think, oh no, it's going to be horribly expensive, something terrible's gone wrong. But often it's actually just the simplest problem that is the solution. So firstly, have you got fuel? And I did have 3 bars of fuel, but I must just check that wasn't a faulty fuel gauge. Battery okay? Yeah, I'm actually going to charge it now, but I will test it as well with a multimeter. But it turned the engine over quite well. Fuel lines blocked, I think we mentioned that. It's possible, it's worth investigation. And the last one is probably very likely loose wiring, like a short circuit or something like that. I hope not. But yeah, so those things are possible. You've got to check those basics first. So wish me luck, and I will update you with another video, and hopefully we'll get to grips or get to bottom with what the actual problem is. Wish me well. If you have any suggestions, please leave it in the comments, and yeah, I appreciate that. Cheers. Thank you.